Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Samurai Warriors Spirit of Sanada on the Series CC. I think I've had as much fun with this Let's Play as probably any of these Samurai Warriors Let's Play. I mean, I had so much fun with, doing the Empires ones with Bobo and the generic officers charging and all that stuff, but this is the least Warriors game I've ever played. Just so much chatting, so many stupid, silly side quests. But I'm really having a lot of fun with the goofiness of the dialogue in the story, and it's getting to close that last video with a reference to Eagle Nacho Cheese chips. Oh, it just makes me happy. Anyway, folks, yeah, it's breaking down in Tulsa. There's Mitsunari is now seeking refuge with Ieyasu to protect him from Kiyomasa, Masanori, and Takatora, who all want to kill him because he's a jerk. So we're heading straight towards Sekigahara here, but there's a lot of the detail of the politics that the other Warriors games don't really bother to explain, where it's like, I have no idea how many videos worth of everyone talking we're going to have to go through before we get to Sekigahara. And the other thing is, we're probably not actually going to see Sekigahara, or if we do, it'll be a side campaign, because the Sanada actually didn't fight at Sekigahara. So it's weird. He's like one of the most important, pivotal samurai figures of the period is Yukimura, but the one be-all, end-all battle to settle it all, he wasn't at. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But, Lord Yukimura, I bring terrible news. Mitsunari has been stripped of his role as magistrate. It must be because of what happened recently. Magistrate. This was a position within the samurai class. It was an official position that divided up and oversaw various political affairs. Under the Toyotomi, there were 5 well-known magistrates, including Mitsunari Ishida. However, they were not known as the 5 magistrates at the time, and their number was not necessarily restricted to 5. Sorry, getting some water. So I guess I was supposed to know that the 5 magistrates is some important thing, because to just kind of throw in at the end, they were not known as 5 magistrates. Okay, thanks. Did you know that the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore are not known as the Big 4 presidents? It's true. Master Mitsunari. Actually, it's great. As great a figure in their history as Teddy Roosevelt was. He's kind of a weird outlier on Mount Rushmore now. He was like, at the time it was being built, he was thought of as like the greatest of the modern presidents. And I don't know why I'm it's like slagging off Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, come for the samurai gameplay. Stay for slagging off Teddy Roosevelt. Lord Yukimura, I know it's not my place to tell you this, but I don't think you should get too involved in the Toyotomi clan's issues. She's right on both scores. It's really technically not her place to tell him this. But she is absolutely right. He should get the fuck out of this. He really, really should. The fact that he doesn't will lead directly to his death. The people of the Toyotomi are all precious to me. I cannot just ignore them in their hour of need. But half of the people of the Toyotomi now want to murder you. And what do you mean by people of Toyotomi? Do you think the peasants give a flying fuck? They really, really don't. They just want people to stop murdering them so that they can, grow shit on their farms. I am serious right now. I'm also starting to talk like Cha-Cha. I kind of figured you'd say that. Yawn. It's so predictable. Looks like war again. These fools never seem to learn. These fools can't even put on the oxygen mask correctly. Another Bobo-only thing. And he's got a mask hanging around his neck. Put on your damn mask, man. Social distance. So what? The Tokugawa are going to rule the land this time. What will the Sanada do then? Probably die. I do not know. I wish I knew what my father was thinking. I'm not talking about Lord Masayuki. I'm talking about you. Me? Yes, the path I must take. Huh. I guess I gotta figure out something. Good point. So who knew that this whole time... Who knew that this whole time... This was apparently the Tokugawa residence. And now there's no one over here to talk to that in any way makes it the Tokugawa residence. So who's running the castle now? What does Nene make of all this? Well, Nene... They make a big deal of Nene in the Samurai Warriors games, but I mean, yeah, I don't want to sound sexist, but I'll let's be realistic. She was a woman in feudal Japan. She did not really have direct power to influence things. A lot of indirect power, a lot of soft power, but I mean, when it came to samurais swearing blood oaths to kill each other, not a whole lot Nene was going to be able to do. I've made up my mind. I'm going to keep my baby. Kiyomasa and the others may still have doubts, but my mind is made up. I will side with Lord Ieyasu. Master Takatora, why are you telling me this on the streets? Lord Ieyasu is the only one who can protect his peace. Siding with him is the only way to protect the Toyotomi, to protect Lady Chacha. If we allow Mitsunari to continue on his deranged crusade, the Toyotomi will face ruin. If that happens, Lady Chacha will not survive either, Yukimura. What deranged crusade? He's just kind of a jerk. He's not out, like, trying to create war. He's just a jerk. Very interesting, but stupid. I don't know why I'm coming. There's no little blue dots to indicate anybody to talk to out here. So the story continues when I confront the guy. I didn't think I was still on a stealth mission. I thought I'd be allowed to talk to Nene. Yukimura. Okay, so I don't get to talk to Nene. Master Kiyomasa, Master Masanori. Yukimura, I'm sorry we involved you in our quarrel before. You keep your nose out of our business, Yukimura. Shut your mouth, you idiot. Why would you say that? I know that you don't really hate Master Mitsunari. Yes, they do. Don't you get it? To protect the Toyotomi, Master Ieyasu's help is essential. Not just Master Ieyasu. We need everyone's help. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this Let's Play... I'm enjoying this Let's Play. The more fun I make of the game, the more I bitch about the lack of action, the more I'm actually just kind of amused by it all. But, no, voice acting them over the top of the Japanese language voice actors is not ideal. But Mitsunari doesn't want to see that. Worse still, all he does is increase his enemies, if he keeps that up. That's why I want to punch him in his big head and make him see sense, but you and Ieyasu got in the way. You wanted to murder him. Well, maybe not. But what did you expect? The whole thing was spinning out of control. And punching him in the head to death was not going to help. You're right. That was our fault. We made it look like the Toyotomi clan is fractured beyond repair. Which, you know, it is. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? We used to fight like this all the time. It's not like it was then, you idiot. Everything's changed. Yeah, these guys were trying to kill Mitsunari. I guess the game is now saying it's all a big misunderstanding, but no, they tried to kill him. That's when it fell apart. Master Kiyomasa, will you go apologize to him and hug it out? So that I don't have to die at Osaka Castle. Yeah, not to me, it hasn't. No one told me. Master Mitsunari has taken the news hard. I'm sure Master Kiyomasa is the same. I wonder how Master Mitsunari feels. I'll go talk to him. Because now, for some reason, they're not going to murder each other on sight. I wanted to talk to Nene, but I guess probably this conversation didn't change whatever she would have to say. Yeah, I don't get it. Why don't we just do what we did when we were kids? Argue, fight, then make up. Master Masanori, you can't punch him in the head to death and then make up later. We have turned apart from one another. All we can do now is walk the path each of us believes. That's not true. There's no reason for Master Mitsunari and you to go to war with one another. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hey, this is the ladies' corner. Get out of here. This is where the ladies hang out. It is most regrettable that the unity of the Toyotomi has been lost. It is simply a misunderstanding that has grown a little out of proportion. I believe that in their hearts they all still share a common goal. To see me die at Osaka Castle. I hope you're right. Alright, perhaps it's time I left this earthly world behind and became a nun. Okay, that seems kind of sudden. I guess that probably is what happened to Nene in real life. That's pretty much how the career of a Japanese noblewoman would typically end, especially if she outlived her lord. Lady Nene, what on earth are you saying? Is this suddenly become future war? Are dinosaurs led by cyborgs coming for us? Is that why you've decided to become a nun? Sorry, Mr. Science Theater again. Haha, just a little joke, but still. So you're now your idea of humor is to go up to relative strangers and suggest you'll become a nun. No, I mean that is now that I think about it, that is pretty much what's going to happen to her. That was the tradition amongst the noble classes at the time. The women, after their childbearing years, noble woman, if her lord had passed away, would usually become a nun. It's kind of a interesting contrast to the Chinese noblewoman tradition, where like the emperor dowerdess, whatever. You would have these like powerful old women in these families who would wield incredible influence behind the scenes. And in Japan, I guess they really were even more patriarchal than China in that sense, because they made sure that didn't happen by putting them out to pasture and in a nunnery. Good grief. Good grief. Master Sakon, how does Master Mitsunari seem? He's the same as ever. If he's feeling down, he never shoots. Since you're here, why not go and speak to him yourself? Well, yeah, that was kind of the idea. I've sure seen your face to cheer our Lord up. I don't know about that, but I would like to speak to him. That's a good answer, Yukimura. Perhaps merely your presence will bring clarity, Master Jedi. Master Mitsunari, I hear you've been stripped of your title. So that must be fun. Anyone involved in that sort of squabble is unfit to represent a clan. I'm on suspension. Oh, you're getting fired like that one maid? I see. Just like Sakon warned me, Ieyasu has used the situation to his advantage, but this is also a chance for us. Master Mitsunari, what do you mean? Ieyasu will soon give the order to attack the Uesugi. Uesugi? Why would he do that? Oh, there's this letter? It's actually kind of cool. It shows up a lot in the Nobunaga's Ambition games. So I guess they're about to explain, but Ieyasu tries to basically maneuver the Uesugi into a position where they have to submit to him. He brings up rumors that they have insulted something I can't remember his name at all. So these rumors appear that the Uesugi had insulted Ieyasu, and therefore he asked them to write a letter of apology, knowing that if they do so, they'll lose face, and if they refuse to do so, he hasn't basically carte blanche to attack. And Kanetsugo Naoe writes this letter back, which basically tells him to go fuck himself. which is basically it's a very famous letter now. I mean, I know I'm referring to it in a very silly way, but it's this artfully written letter which basically tells Ieyasu to go fuck himself, and it brings about war. But it's kind of what Ieyasu wanted. He was in a no lose. Either the Uesugi, one of his remaining foes, loses a lot of face amongst the other clans, or he has the opportunity to go to war, open war, and destroy them. The Uesugi share our goal. They have tried to suppress Ieyasu's designs on ruling the land, but Ieyasu has spread rumors that the Uesugi mean to turn on us. He is utterly without shame. I guess that's what it was. It wasn't so much rumors that they were going to... rumors that they had insulted Ieyasu, but rumors that they were going to betray because the Toyotomi are still technically in control of the land. So he had spread these rumors about that, acting as a loyal servant of the Toyotomi. And again, they either had to come to the capital and make a representation of themselves, where they could easily have been assassinated, the leaders, or like they did, send a letter refusing to come to the capital, telling Ieyasu to go fuck himself, and then Ieyasu has the pretext for war. But that means Lord Kagekatsu, Lord Kanetsugu. How I pity them. I pity the fools. The Sanada will be ordered to join the conflict as well. For now, you should acquiesce. Then, when the time comes, I want you to lend me your strength. Master Mitsunari, you mean... I mean... ... Unless you go so far as to slay Master Ieyasu? Pretty much, it's going to be one of them or the other. Of course, I must protect the Toyotomi in Lord Hideyoshi's place. For that aim, I will do anything. I will even crush blades with my dearest friends. Master Mitsunari. Master Mitsunari is serious. He seriously intends to fight Master Ieyasu. Master Sakon is certain to follow Master Mitsunari. I say it out loud while I stare at him. But I wonder what Master Yoshitsugu intends to do. I will make a note in the chronicles about the conquest of the Uesugi. Conquest of the Uesugi. This is a campaign waged in 1600 in which Ieyasu Tokugawa attacked Kagekatsu Uesugi. It is also known as the Aizu campaign. Following Hideyoshi Toyotomi's death, Ieyasu Tokugawa was able to strengthen his hold on power. The Uesugi considered this to be a threat to the land and began making military preparations within their home of the Aizu. In response to Ieyasu's rebuke of their action, the Uesugi retainer Kagetsugu Naoe responded with a harsh letter telling Ieyasu to go fuck himself, causing relations between the two men to deteriorate. Ieyasu immediately moved to strike down the Uesugi and mobilize his army. Mitsunari Ishida, who was under orders of confinement at the time, used this as an opportunity to raise an army of his own, which eventually led to the Battle of Sekigahara. The letter written by Kanetsugu to Ieyasu later became famous as the Naoe letter. It is not known whether the contents of the letter as described today are accurate or not, but apparently it did actually incur the wrath of Ieyasu, although the true extent of that may never be known. So apparently we don't actually have a copy of the real letter. Master Sakon, how does Master Mitsunari seem? Same as before, except I'm not going to invite you to go talk to him this time. So the plot advances when we talk to him, so as ever I will try to avoid that. Although it doesn't look like... Yeah, nobody's got new stuff to say. I'm not going to... Okay, it's possible that I'm missing dialogue with Sasuke and Kunoichi, but I'm thinking probably not. The flow of time cannot be easily altered. Master Yoshitsugu. From the look of you, if you've been to see Mitsunari, haven't you? Yes, Master Yoshitsugu. Master Mitsunari is... He literally said, hi. Yoshitsugu domo. Mitsunari domo. Like he just said yes. And then the two guys' names. He is preparing to raise troops and strike at Ieyasu just as he heads off for battle, yes? So you knew. Ieyasu will also have deduced Mitsunari's plans, because I told him... And yet he will still send his troops away and walk into the trap? Like Mitsunari, he wants to settle this once and for all. Do you think Master Mitsunari can win? I think it is extremely dangerous. In my opinion, he should avoid battle altogether. Indeed. I will do what I can to try and change his mind, but if I am unsuccessful, then I will stand alongside Mitsunari, even if it costs me my life. Oh, it will. It will. Master Yoshitsugu. That is the tide of the times. For a friend, that is your reason for fighting, is it, Master Yoshitsugu? You make it sound so noble, but yes, I suppose so. Mitsunari, Ieyasu, myself, we all have a reason to fight. Why do you fight, Yukimura? Is it because you're so good at it? Because you kind of are. The reason I fight, do I have one? Is it for Cha-Cha? They've implied it's for Cha-Cha, huh? If the worst should happen, take care of Lady Cha-Cha. Master Yoshitsugu, you should not say things like that. I'm sorry, it's a bad habit of mine. Cha-Cha, I'm supposed to take care of you, but you don't have new dialogue. It is regrettable. And now that bit of dialogue there, her having the same cycling dialogue as all this suggests to me for the first time that Yukimura is actually trying to protect her as like a frail and delicate little lady type person of the female gender from the terrible horrors that are happening. But there's no other point where the dialogue is like that. He's usually pretty open with her. And in this case, it's just because they don't bother to give her new dialogue, and that dialogue at this moment in time when he's just found out all this stuff does kind of suggest. All right, well, a quick run to see if Kunoichi and Sasuke have anything new, but I doubt it. Oh, it's Gracia. What the hell's she been doing here?
Cha-Cha seems dispirited recently. I wish there was something I could do. I wish I had a different voice from all the other female characters. Mago!
Yes, I will keep trying myself to find a way to lift her spirits.
Oh, do you have something that I don't have that you could use to lift her spirits? I'd like to hear about this.
Sorry. And their little word balloons are dark, so they don't have anything new.
Use a mushy.
Well, but while I'm bothering, there were little blue blips over here in the market. It's tough to tell if they're just shopkeeps. Some of the shopkeeps get these little... There's a town person, but they don't have anything new. Alright. Oh, haven't heard from you guys in a while. Interesting that they would be the ones to advance the story. Takatora has nothing new to say. He's just made up his mind he's going to keep his baby. Lord Yukimura, it is good to see you again. I am Zaymot. This is my brother Tomax. What are you doing here? Gary Spivey of the Psychic Companions Network? What are you doing here? Is something the matter? An order has been issued to embark upon the subjugation of the Uesugi. The Sanada have been instructed to follow the Tokugawa. You must prepare for battle at once, my lord, and meet up with Lord Mazayuki. I see, very well. I have a few errands I must take care of first. You go on ahead. Subjugation of the Uesugi. Lord Kagakatsu, Master Kanatsugu. If the order has come down, then I have no choice. I must bid Lady Cha-Cha farewell. Or take her with you to be part of the battle. It's good to see you again. What are you guys doing here? I guess I accidentally triggered it again. Lady Cha-Cha, I have come here to let you know that I am to go to war. Go to war.
Yukimura, we have teleported inside this building so that we may speak freely. Are you headed for the battlefield?
Yes, I didn't like the idea of fighting the Uesugi, but I have consulted my father, and this seems the only way. You know, the Sanada used to be all about fighting the Uesugi back when they worked for the Takeda. Of course, that was before you were, fighting.
And here I thought there were going to be no more battles. Also, I thought everyone would become immortal. I'm really not thinking that hard.
Lady Cha-Cha.
There are rumors that Mitsunari may raise troops against Master Ieyasu.
If even you have heard them, it is likely that Ieyasu knows about this too. I have heard them also.
If that happens, another great war will be upon us.
Lady Cha-Cha. I understand that you don't want war, but what do you want? You seem to be pretty much unhappy all the time, no matter what. Come what may, I pledge to keep you safe from harm, Lady Cha-Cha. I believe the real-life Yukimura actually had a wife. I don't know that for sure. Lady Cha-Cha was married to somebody else. I don't know that there's any historical basis for the romantic connection they keep implying. And it is a romantic connection at this point, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe he's just being purely platonic here, but he really does seem to want to protect her.
Huh?
I swear that I will.
You need not say it. I know you will. You have been instructed to take care of me by the dead Monkey Lord. You have to babysit me no matter what.
Yes.
We must talk some sense into Mitsunari. We can't allow this to devolve into an all-out war.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. Very well. But you must be careful not to take any unnecessary risks, my lady. Don't let Mitsunari kill you, too.
I will, and you too. I told you once before, and I will tell you once again. I am thinking this one wonder.
I know, I am not to throw my life away for some worthless cause. Come, it is time. He kinda does, though. Sort of. I mean, he kinda dies after it's all over. Like, is there no way that war with the Uesugi can be avoided?
They have ignored repeated requests to come and pay their respects. It is clear they harbor traitorous intent. They must be dealt with.
I think the question is not, can it be avoided, but he's gone out of his way, Ieyasu has, to make it happen.
From their perspective, though, they will find no obligations to follow a Tokugawa order. We are all vassals of the Toyotomi, after all. Lord Hidetada! Punk-ass kid.
And then I will change my question. Is it essential that the Tokugawa attain control over the land?
Master Nobuyuki.
Lord Nobuyuki, you can't talk like this in front of everybody. You gotta keep that shit private. ...
Actually, I think it's an excellent question. I would like to hear your answer, Father. Short stuff. Of course it is essential. In place of the Toyotomi, we must unite the land.
Really? Sounds to me like we are the ones who are harboring traitorous intent.
Hidetada, shut the fuck up.
The reign of the Toyotomi ended with the loss of Master Hideyoshi. With him gone, they are no longer capable of ruling this land.
So it's fine for us to steal it then.
It is. No matter what slander I may face, I will ensure that this peace is a lasting one.
He's got a point.
To end this time of war, to build a foundation for lasting peace, I will be a villain and I will steal this land.
It's not usually something that the Samurai Warriors games has him saying himself. It's something that his opponents would say. Because, yeah, he was very much a political operative, maneuvering and for taking control. What you can't argue with is that when he took control, he actually laid the foundations for something that would last after he was gone. Which, Hideyoshi did not do. Nobunaga never got that chance. We don't know whether he would have been able to set up something lasting. But, yeah, he has, like, as far as Japanese ethics and the oaths of loyalty they've taken, he has no justification for what he's doing here. But he's also pretty clearly the only guy who can really get this shit done properly. ...
Your conviction is magnificent, my lord. As your retainers, we will work as one mind to realize your grand ambition. And we will block any attempts in court to prevent your victory. I will give my all I have for the Tokugawa. No, for peace.
And, the Tokugawa.
I will rely upon you all, except Hidetada, who's really starting to piss me off. ...
Dress it up however you want. Naked ambition is naked ambition. ... Ieyasu's ambition. Rise of power. Iron Triangle.
Lord Nobuyuki, would you mind killing this guy so I don't have to? He's technically my lord's son. I guess he's technically my brother. I hate him a lot, though.
Will he kill Nobuyuki? I mean, will Nobuyuki kill Hidetada? No. When we come back next time, unfortunately that cliffhanger has already been resolved. Catch you next time, guys.